fans shocked, the world stunned. One elevator video, just a few seconds long, has managed to ignite a storm that no one saw coming. Park Jimin of BTS, one of the most influential artists alive today, and actress Da-eun, suddenly appear together in a scene that looks so ordinary yet feels so extraordinary. No words, no captions, no press release. Just silence. But that silence has become louder than any headline. What was supposed to be a private moment inside an elevator has now transformed into a global conversation where curiosity collides with speculation and mystery fuels the imagination of millions. Imagine being a fan scrolling casually through social media when suddenly a clip pops up. Jimin, the BTS entering or exiting an elevator, and right there, Da-eun. That's it. Just a glimpse. But that glimpse is all it takes. Your heart races, your thoughts explode, and your fingers immediately rush to retweet, comment, or replay. The shock spreads like electricity. One moment of silence turns into a tidal wave of noise, not just in Korea, but across the world. And that's exactly how modern fandom works. In today's attention economy, silence isn't emptiness. Silence is the most powerful marketing tool because it leaves space for the audience to fill with their own imagination. But why does this matter so much? Why can a simple elevator video spark questions that reach the level of a global mystery? Because when it comes to Jimin, every detail counts. BTS members aren't just artists, they are billion-dollar brands walking in human form. Every move, every appearance, every silence carries weight in the marketplace of culture. And when fans encounter something unexpected, their minds immediately connect dots, whether those dots exist or not. It's a form of consumer psychology that luxury brands and entertainment empires understand very well. Mystery creates value. Curiosity drives demand. Silence multiplies attention. And in this case, Jimin's silence has created one of the loudest viral storms of 2025. As the video spread, the first wave was pure shock. Fans froze, some replayed, some denied, some defended. Then came the second wave, analysis. Frame-by-frame breakdowns on Twitter threads, TikTok edits, Reddit posts dissecting the moment like it was a scene from a movie. Who pressed the elevator button? Who looked at who first? What was the timing? Even the length of silence in the clip became a topic. This is what happens when celebrities reach the level of myth. Every second becomes data, and every gesture becomes currency. And for Jimin, whose artistry and image are both sacred to his fans, the stakes feel even higher. Now here's the cliffhanger you didn't expect. If you think this video is just about two people in an elevator, think again. Because behind the mystery lies something far bigger. The way global stars like BTS members redefine how we think about influence, loyalty, and even business itself. This isn't just entertainment. This is about how moments, both staged and unstaged, can shift public perception, brand value, and future strategies worth millions. And that's why we need to ask the real question. Is this just coincidence, or is this a glimpse into a calculated silence designed to keep everyone watching? Take a second to think about it. Every time fans are shocked like this, something happens to the market around the celebrity. Streaming numbers go up, headlines multiply, merchandise moves faster, and social currency spikes. In other words, curiosity equals profit. And in the digital economy, attention is the new oil. The more people talk, the more value gets created, not just for Jimin, not just for BTS, but for entire ecosystems of brands, platforms, and investors who know how to turn clicks into cash. That's why luxury companies love figures like Jimin. He doesn't even need to say a word, and he already dominates the conversation. But silence also creates tension. Because for fans, mystery is a double-edged sword. Some feel protective, asking the public to respect Jimin's privacy. Others feel confused, worried about what this means for his image. And some can't help but speculate endlessly. It's almost like a stock market of emotions, where every fan invests their feelings and waits to see if their shares go up or down. Entertainment is no longer passive consumption. It's active participation where fans become stakeholders in the narrative. And that's what makes this moment so powerful. Now here's where things get interesting. If you look back at the history of viral celebrity moments, the biggest storms rarely come from polished press releases. They come from slips, surprises, and silences. Think about it. A subtle airport photo, a glance at a fashion week, a hidden detail in a live stream background. These moments are unscripted, or at least appear unscripted, and that's why people trust them more. And in a world where trust equals influence, a silent elevator clip can do more damage or more magic than a billion-dollar advertising campaign. At this point, you might be asking yourself, so what happens next? Does Jimin break the silence? Does Da-eun comment? Do agencies release a statement? Or does the silence itself continue to be the story? Here's the truth. In many cases, silence is the best strategy. Because the longer people don't know, the longer they keep talking. And as long as they keep talking, the power of the brand grows. It's uncomfortable, but it's also genius. This is why entire corporations spend millions studying consumer psychology. They know that what you don't say often matters more than what you do say. But let's not forget the human side. Behind the brand, behind the strategy, there's still Jimin, a young man who has carried global fame on his shoulders for years. Fame is a blessing, but it's also a cage. Imagine living in a world where even your silence can spark a worldwide debate. It's fascinating, it's profitable, but it's also exhausting. And that's why fans who truly love him face a dilemma. Do they feed the speculation, or do they protect his peace? This tug-of-war between curiosity and care is what makes fandom both beautiful and brutal. And if you think that's dramatic, let me drop another twist. What if this moment isn't just about Jimin and Da-eun? What if it's a mirror for all of us, showing how addicted we've become to mystery, to gossip, to the rush of the unknown? We live in an age where a few seconds of silence can command more attention than hours of music, where an unanswered question can trend longer than a confirmed announcement. That's not just celebrity culture, that's society itself, learning to value mystery as much as truth. So as the mystery deepens, fans around the world remain in suspense. Every replay of the video feels like opening a puzzle box. Every moment of silence feels like a cliffhanger waiting for resolution. And maybe that's the point. Because in storytelling, whether it's movies, music, or marketing, the cliffhanger is always what keeps the audience coming back. The unanswered question is always the most powerful tool. And right now, Jimin stands at the center of the most intriguing unanswered question in global pop culture. As we reach the end of this story, for now, one thing is clear. Shock has turned into fascination, silence has turned into power, and one simple elevator clip has turned into one of the most talked about mysteries of the year. Whether this is coincidence, fate, or strategy, we can't deny its impact. Fans may be shocked, confused, even divided, but they are all united by one thing: they can't look away. And neither should you. Because this is only the beginning. The silence will either break or grow louder, but either way, the story isn't over. If you've stayed with me until this point, it means you're just as captivated as the millions watching worldwide. So don't miss what happens next. Subscribe, share, and replay this story, because every time the silence deepens, the mystery becomes bigger. And you're going to want to be here when the next chapter unfolds.